Hello, back recording another video that nobody asked to see. There's more than likely going to be a lot of edits in this video, and that's because I've got a cold currently, so I'm not editing out anything I'm saying out, I'm just editing out all the sneezing and coughing, because no one wants to hear or see that. But yeah, I'm just showing the usual here, some more custom-made Blu-ray sleeves, 3 films. I'll start with the oldest one first, although the order of it doesn't matter. A long time ago I bought the Monster Squad on Kino Lorber Blu-ray with the new 4K restoration. This was before I got my 4K projector, although I still now get the majority of the films I get are actually on Blu-ray, not 4K. I'm fine with that. And this is the look of the Blu-ray version. Now it comes with this slipcover, as you can see, but in standard style, the image on the slipcover is the same image that's on the sleeve. Yes, the sleeve has reversible artwork, but I kept it to this because that's the original poster art. But you know, it's just duplicated what's already there, which I think is boring. As I've said many times, the reverse side is that image. I saw this film in '87, have fond memories of it. Same time that I'm Gonna Get You Sucker came out, and I don't like it when the companies just duplicate the same image twice, which is what's done all the time essentially. So I took it upon myself to make my own custom slipcover. In my usual style, I haven't got it's different artwork, and I didn't put any text on the back, which is the opposite of that. So here is what I came up with for Monster Squad. Very nice. I like the bold. I like how bold these colors are. And in my usual style, I've got the 2 frames, the matching colors in here around the frame, around the border. So green and blue in here, green and blue frames around the edge. Nice when it's different, right? Not just the same. That's the front. Of course, obviously that's the front. And the spine just has the title in green, matching green. Oh yes, that's one thing I thought was weird. I don't know why it says Paramount on here. Paramount Pictures. Shouldn't have the Paramount Pictures logo on there, because this is put out by TriStar Studio. They don't exist anymore. Maybe that's something to do with it, but it was a TriStar film. It says in the credits here, yeah, a TriStar Pictures. So I don't understand. Okay, my camera's not going to focus, but there it says TriStar. Maybe, yeah, that TriStar, as you can see. But the Paramount logo, I don't think should be on there. So I didn't put the Paramount logo on my slipcover. I put the TriStar logo on there. I thought that's the one that's the company that put the film out. That should be the one on the spine. So it is on mine anyway. But that's the front, the spine, and for the back, as I said, no text on the back, just an alternative picture. It's very rare that I put any text on the back, and when I do, it's not all the text that's on the sleeve. It will just be a tagline. I keep it minimal. But yeah, nice colors on there. Well, my camera looks like it's not showing. That's better. That's more, yeah, not. My camera was showing them larger than they actually are in person. But nice color scheme on there, and there's different. Well, it's got blue and green, and blue, but that's much stronger. Blue and green, of course. Anyway, that's the Monster Squad. Not much more I can say. There we have it. Both sides of the spine are the same, of course. The sleeve, unfortunately, has got just that boring white font for the title. I could scan this and then put that text of the film's original font on the spine of my sleeve. I've done that for other Kino Lorber titles, and also well, I know that it's not the DTS logo there should say DTS HD Master Audio, so maybe I'll fix that with a reprint. I probably will. It's an OCD thing. It's not focusing, is it? But yeah, since I've done it for so many other custom Kino Lorber sleeves, I'll probably do it for this one as well. I have a really nice one for Barton Fink. I made a really nice sleeve and slipcover for that film, the Coen Brothers. But yeah, that's the Monster Squad, first of all. This is nice, but the fact that it's on the sleeve, it doesn't need to be replicated on the slipcover too, and that's why I did this. That and having an image on the back that's not all text, of course. So that's the Monster Squad. Next is a very underrated, I think, very underrated film from Ridley Scott, American Gangster. This is one of the very first films I ever bought on 4K Blu-ray. I think it is a worthy upgrade because the Blu-ray, I had the Blu-ray for years before upgrading to the recently produced 4K disc. The Blu-ray disc, it has the washed out colors, really dull and bland, and there's no life in the picture whatsoever. It just looks really bad. Picture looks faded, and I don't think that's an intentional look. I think it's just a bad transfer. I think I could be wrong. I'd be the first one to state that I'm wrong. But anyway, I don't like the look of that Blu-ray, whether it's intended or not. I don't like that look, so I thought it was a justifiable upgrade to 4K. And this comes with the 4K disc and the Blu-ray, which is the old transfer anyway. But for the retail edition for American Gangster, it's Universal Studios. So on the back, it's, well, the Blu-ray did it too. The Blu-ray was full of banners all over the back, blue banners because it's the Blu-ray format, and I think what did it say? The best picture, the best sound, or something written on the front in a banner. The 4K wasn't any better. The 4K sleeve, again, banners all over the back. You got banners on the front. As I've said so many times, all of that is an eyesore to me. It takes away from the imagery. The only thing on display should be the images and everything to do with the film. Okay, the specs are okay because they're, for the disc, but you don't need things saying what you need to watch it in 4K and stuff like that. I always remove that kind of stuff. So I created this for American Gangster. First look at the sleeve, and I like that this one, it's good because it's a black image. It looks nice in a black case. Essentially a black and white image with just a strip of red. The actors' names were here, and I put them up there. This, inspired by a true story, was there, and I put it down here. But it's a completely different image to the one that wasn't used on the retail one. I actually got this image itself from the French Blu-ray version. But yeah, that's my replacement. I like it because you see more than just their faces, which is what's on display on the US Blu-ray disc and 4K version. Just a close-up of their faces. I prefer this. They're more on display. Anyway, so that's the front. Spine just has the title, the 4K logo, and here Universal Studios. But I did this for the back. It's not what I would normally do for a sleeve, because I always say how I don't like to overload it with too many pictures, but I made an exception for this one. None of these pictures, all of these pictures, I purposefully chose them. I chose them. I put Denzel on the top, then Russell Crowe in the middle, I don't know this actress's name, but I put her on the bottom. But as you can see, it's a different look to both the Blu-ray and the 4K, but it's okay. Yeah, normally I would have just one picture on the back. This time I've got 4, but they are small pictures. And I eliminated the barcode, just made this text here, the film synopsis, fill out all the space, so
nobody fucking cares.
There was no need to have a barcode on there. I would normally, and I did normally, I would always put a barcode on there to have it look authentic, but they don't look nice. They don't need to be there. That's the fact, they just don't need to be there. So, yeah, now I'm not putting barcodes on them. They detract from the imagery. But, I think it's nice. There's the whole thing. That is grey, although my camera's picking it up as more white. There we go, light grey. So, American Gangster. Now this does have a slipcover, but the slipcover, as per usual, I mean the retail slipcover, I mean, is just a duplicate of the sleeve. No, nothing different with the artwork. The same exact images on the slipcover, as is the norm. But I have made this. So I've got this different artwork on my sleeve, and I've got this different artwork on my slipcover. I like this one a lot. It's quite classy, if I say so myself. Don't remember where I found this image. I think I made a mistake. It says Academy Award winning Denzel Washington and Academy Award winner Russell Crowe. I would have just preferred to have the actors' names and not Academy Award winner above them, but it's done now. But that's the front of the New York skyline underneath them, of course. This one is a perfect fit. Got to put it in this way, I think. It does. The plastic doesn't catch. Yeah, but that's the front. Again, spine is just the title and the 4K logo, the Blu-ray logo. And there we have the back. I think it's really nice. It's got that, it's got a bit of wear and tear, but that's intentional. That's part of the look of the, you know, the image has got these rough lines on it, and it's meant to look like that. So, American Gangster in a massive uptick in visual and audio presentation. Actually, this has got a 7.1 audio track on it. It's been upgraded from 5.1 sound to 7.1. But obviously, this is what I did for American Gangster. And last but not least, or maybe it is least, I don't know. No, out of all of these, I think the Monster Squad is the least good one I've done. But the last one I've got here to show you now, anyway, is for Tropic Thunder. This film, I know, did get a release on Kino Lorber 4K, and including the Blu-ray as well of the director's cut. But this is the director's cut that I have on Blu-ray. So it's the same. It's just with the Kino Lorber version, only the theatrical version is on 4K. I prefer the director's cut anyway, so when I'm going to watch Tropic Thunder, I'm going to watch the longer version, and it's only on Blu-ray in the 4K Blu-ray combo pack, so there's no point in me having it. Plus, this looks extraordinary. The images are lovely. It's got very immersive surround sound. John Toll was a cinematographer. He shot films for Terrence Malick. He shot The Thin Red Line, and he shot Braveheart. You know, he's a good got a good eye. But yeah, he was a cinematographer on this film. So the point is that, to my eyes anyway, and he is that as well, True HD 5.1 sound. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the presentation of this Blu-ray. So I'm happy with sticking with the Blu-ray, as I said. But yeah, I don't think this differs too much from the retail version, but I do have the UK disc, which is rare for me. I always get US ones. You can tell that by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ratings. That's crazy. Now, but the The UK official one had the two 15 logos here. So I just did this to remove those 15 logos. There were two 15 logos on the spine as well. But the back is basically the US look. Well, no, it is the US look. It's just this picture of the soldiers here is considerably wider. On the retail version, there's no space around them. It's like that. So I've given it all of that extra space so that you can see on either side. Oh, another thing is in the special features, it's uncensored. It says here, if it's going to focus, yeah, they're blowing shit up. On the retail version, it doesn't say shit, it says S**T. They've censored the language, but you know, I did this myself. I can have it uncensored, and I do have it uncensored. So in this one instance, this is just a replica of the US edition, but with a wider picture. Oh, I've got a fuller synopsis. The story synopsis here is more detailed than the one on the retail edition. Goes into depth about the actual film. I think in the retail one, it just says basically it's an all-star studded cast and not much more than that. But this has a bit more going on in terms of the story, which I always try to do. Also, it doesn't say director's cut on the retail one. It says director's cut. I just have the film's title on both the front and the spine. It doesn't say director's cut, as you can see. Anyway, that's the sleeve, which isn't, as I said, too drastically different from the retail version, but I don't think that Tropic Thunder ever was put out on Blu-ray with a slipcover. Again, I could be wrong on that, and I'll be the first to own up to that. But if it did have a slipcover, I can guarantee it would have just been the same image on card with no changes to how it looks as is standard. But rather than doing that, I came up with this for mine, and I really like this one. It shows basically every single one of the actors here in the film. Even that little boy is, yeah, they got everybody on here. There's Matthew McConaughey down the bottom, and Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Steve Coogan, Nick Nolte. Everybody's there. Everybody's there, as you can see. I think something was written there, and I did remove it. I forget what it said, but it said something. I thought it was distracting. But maybe it, I don't know. It's not there, as you can see. I like the border of this. As I said, I was lucky with a frame. This has one. It's got the brown and then the red within that, which I think is always a nice touch. Again, just like on the sleeve, just saying the film's title, this doesn't say director's cut. And on the spine, it just says, is that upside? Yeah. It just says Tropic Thunder with the film logo and the Blu-ray logo. And that is what I've got on the back. Now that is on the front of the 4K from Kino, and I think that might be the front of the US artwork as well. Yeah, it is, but I chose it for the back art for my slipcover. TT Tropic Thunder. I thought it works better as a back image than a front image, even though it is the front image on the retail version on 4K and Blu-ray. I chose it for the back. So then we have Tropic Thunder, American Gangster from Ridley Scott. Probably one of his best films, I think. Yeah, certainly one of his best films, in my mind. And Monster Squad. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you enjoy these videos, because I've got thousands of these, and if people ask me to keep making these, I will keep making these. But if I don't get the feedback, then I won't, because who am I doing it for if people don't want it, you know? So do let me know what you think about all of these, and if you want me to continue. Okay, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Bye for now.
I'm gonna eat a burrito.